Kuzuzambola. I'm Gyem Tshewang, currently working under Center for Bhutan Studies. Here I would like to present the assessment that I've conducted. So before really going in my presentation, let me set the scene by defining community forest and other related information to the flora. So basically, community forest is a state land forest handed over to the group of community to protect, utilize and manage. It has two major objectives, and these are to elevate poverty of local communities and to conserve the forest. In Bhutan, Dozam Community Forest under Mongar Zongkak is the first community forest established in Bhutan, that is in 1997. Currently, as of September 2021, there are 834 certified community forests, which is formed by 34,520 households, stretching over 108,357.399 hectares. Well, the reason that I've chosen this topic for my assessment was, over the decades, the momentum of establishing community forests in our country has increased dramatically. The second reason is there are many studies and information that has been carried out towards the community forest management group by many individuals and organizations. However, there isn't any information or assessment carried out from the point of foresters, despite foresters plays a vital role in implementing community forest program. So the main objective of this assessment is to understand the attitude towards community forest program as a whole by the foresters serving under the Department of Forestry and Park Services under the Ministry of Agriculture and Forests. Now, in terms of methodology, the scope of this assessment covers 14 territorial divisions and 10 protected areas under the Department of Forest and Park Services. It is considered as a primary source for this assessment. Random sampling with structured questionnaires in a Google form were distributed throughout the territorial division and protected areas. Once the questionnaires were received, the data were analyzed in a descriptive manner. This study emphasized into 4 parts of community forests, that is, community forest initiation program, community forest establishment process, community forest management program, and the way forward for community forests in Bhutan. So, before going into main part, I would present you the demographic details of the respondents. I've received 207 respondents, and they were interviewed all over the protected areas and territorial divisions. So out of which 153 respondents were from territorial division and 54 were from protected areas. In terms of position level, 35 comprises from the P level, whereas 172 comprise in the S level. Now, the part 1, that is in the safe initiation program. So in the first part of perception, that is in the need of safe initiation process, more than 50% of respondents agrees that the initiation process before establishment of community forests contributes towards the successful of safe establishment, as shown in the graph. So now coming to the part B, safe establishment process, the study reveals that 42.67% of the individuals holding certificate qualification are not in confident to prepare community forest management plan, though they deals with community forest activities throughout the year. But in contrary, the study also reveals that 44.4% of individuals holding master's qualification are confident in preparing community forest management plan. So in terms of the community forest membership criteria, alignment with rural house building timber availing criteria in Forest and Nature Conservation Rules and Regulation 2017, the majority of respondents feels that it is aligned. The criteria between safe community forest membership and the rural house building timber availing criteria are aligned. However, more than 6% of foresters feel that they need to align few criteria between community forests and rural house building timber, as both cases deals in terms of availing forest resources in rural areas. The assessment reveals that the majority of respondents agree with the current process of direct selling of forest resources, that is especially excess timber. However, 18% of respondents perceive that direct selling of forest resources, especially timber, is not a good idea, and such process may affect annual allowable cut of coming years in near future. Now the part 3, in terms of safe community forest management. While interviewing the capacity of community forest management group towards managing community forests as per the management plan, 41.79% of the respondent reveals that the management of community forests by the community forest management group is simply up to satisfactory level, which can be improved over the years. This assessment further reveals that 36.04% of respondents perceive the record-keeping status of community forest management group were simply satisfactory. Despite importance of record-keeping for community forest management group, the respondents feel there's still room for improvement of capacity of the community forest management group in terms of record keeping. Now in the final part, towards the perception on what is the way forward for community forests in our country, such as to establish more community forests, or to strengthen the existing community forests, or to stop the community forest program in the Bhutan. 53.47% of respondents perceive that it is better to strengthen the existing community forests in our country for some time. In conclusion, this study suggests following perception from the foresters toward community forest program in Bhutan. Number 1, community forest initiation program should be continued before establishment of community forests. The Department of Forest and Park Service has to strengthen the capacity of certificate and diploma holders towards community forest management plan preparation. Department of Forest and Park Service has to closely relook the current criteria of becoming community forest management group members and availing the resources from rural house building timber. Community forests can add values before disposing the excess forest resources, especially the trees or timbers. Capacity building of community forest management group towards community forest management needs to continue. And the final one, strengthening the existing community forests is crucial at the moment as a way forward towards the community forest program in our country.